Regular meeting of the Swansea Board of Selectmen today, June 8th, is called to order.
Make a motion, we approve the special meeting minutes of May 16th.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve non-public meeting minutes of May 16th and May 18th.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of May 18th.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public input.
Excuse me, isn't there a non-public on May 18th?
They did
Yeah,
both of them.
I
in
did
one.
16th and 18th.
Oh, you did
together.
together? Oh, sorry.
Do we have anybody online?
We do not at this time.
Okay, resolution regarding Lucy Carpenter Trust Fund.
So relatively straightforward, but essentially, as we've talked about a few times with the Cypre petition for the Lucy Carpenter property, basically we'll use the money to hopefully accomplish her wishes about trying to provide housing for the poor and unfortunate of Swansea. So that's what that resolution was trying to outline. Richard had given me a couple, I used the wrong principle in there a couple times, so he caught those. Then the only other item that the trustees had concern about was a mention of basically if I wanted something in there if basically if applications don't materialize, if a couple of years go by and people aren't utilizing it, the state and also the probate judge we want to make sure it's going to be used for its purpose. So I put in there basically that it would be reviewed periodically and the committee that we'd be appointing would basically approach the select board if we're not generating enough, or if we're generating too much income or not spending enough. So I think once I explained it, I didn't hear back from Richard, but I think you'll understand what we were going for, and it would still be to further use it for that purpose. Not like it's going to become fire radio fund or something. It still would be tried to use for that purpose. So I think other than that, they didn't have any other concerns. So
About if the person wasn't around to apply for it. Say they passed away and they needed some money to or something. That right now we pay out general welfare, and we do that under this fund.
potentially, yeah, it could be something that
So we go to apply on their behalf.
A state could apply or something, yeah. That's possible.
So long as that's in there. we can get it.
Any other questions, comments?
Pass this thing over.
Yeah.
You don't need it this week.
Yeah. Okay, you need a motion on that?
We'll put it on for next meeting in case I get any more feedback, but I think consensus at this point is okay.
Chief Gould, installation of new antennas, oil tanks, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
Seems pretty
relatively straightforward, but I just wanted to be here in case there were any questions.
At Station 1, that project was basically started before I started. So it was going on for quite a while. We opted with the outdoor tank. What have the name there?
Davis Oil,
The tank itself.
name of the tank, Roth double wall.
Yeah, wall tank. It's a double wall tank. It's made for the outdoors. And the Station 3 project was kind of intertwined with that because for the addition, we're gonna hopefully get under it soon. We have moved the interior tank, so we had a similar tank, outdoor tank, same project for the station.
Does the double wall give any temperature protection so we don't have to use special oils?
Yeah, it's insulated. It's a poly tank within the metal encasement, but it does keep the oil. I mean, we may have to put an adder, but my Jasmine has similar at his house. So it has one outboard, so it doesn't have a problem.
Do we have any questions?
Motion.
Do you have that? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You want one for the thanks too? Or is that for both?
My assumption was both.
No, that's fine.
This was only for the new sewer tanks?
And the antenna.
And
Oh,
the
both
antenna.
combined?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I saw somebody broke it up. It's two different motions.
Just in case.
Yeah, I had this.
Are we up on the personnel policy?
I had one other new business. The Rail Trail Advisory Committee would like to apply for an RTP grant, Rail Trail Improvement Grant. We did one last year, I think, it was last year, to rent an excavator and work on ditching and that sort of stuff. So it's basically a continuation of that project. I would ask that the board authorize me to apply and authorize Bill to sign this form that I'm authorized to apply. They're looking for about 60,000 for rental of excavator, and then I think they're gonna rent a dump truck for some of the time too, because DPW can't necessarily be there all the time when they need them, so.
I think it worked out rather well last year.
Really well, yeah, with the volunteer labor, they got an enormous amount of time.
Can't do that.
It's called RTP.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what you mean now.
Consensus?
Works for me.
Okay.
If you could sign that, please, Bill. Old business,
Personnel policy.
yes,
For me.
perfect. Yeah, again, trying to simplify for reasons that no one understood. We had a separate whole chapter for sick leave for salaried employees. The rates were basically the same, but so cutting out a page at least of, I think, excessive stuff, so.
Where do we stand with short-term disability as far as what the governor's proposed and whatnot?
Yeah,
Are we gonna wait for that?
we've
or-
been following that. It's a good question. Let me double check. I read an article, I think it was a couple months ago now, so let me see. I don't think it's up and running yet. I think they were gonna start with the state employees. I think they were looking at around maybe the end of the year. But yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. It's a
Would that go
voluntary.
through Health Tech or Health Trust or Primex?
I don't know if it would go through either of them or if it would just be directly through the state or if they've subbed it out. I don't know if they've gotten that far yet. But we'll get to that.
I know at the hospital, it's the employee withdraws a certain amount for short-term disability. And they, like you said, voluntarily enter into it with the idea that they might have a procedure coming up or something and they'll be out. So
Mhm.
more elective than anything.
Works for me. Yeah, I'll look into that. I don't think we've done that, the disability chapter yet. We might have looked at it, but it doesn't mean we can't adjust. So yeah, I will check and get back.
What's that?
Yep, just one other thing, just informational, Carpenter Home up and running with the new childcare. Mike, Sarah, Ed and I stopped by briefly this afternoon. Good to see some life up there. We got a lot of positive comments and likes on the Facebook post for the press release. So it seems to be getting a pretty good response so far.
She full? For what?
Well,
She can
she's,
accept.
I think she said 17 kids were up there today, so I don't know what, I think she's got to ramp up. She needs staff, so we'll put that in the post. So, and she's gotten a lot of emails. I don't know if they're for staff or to get their kids on the list, but she's gotten a good response as well. So I don't know what her, I don't know if she's approved for just up to the 17 or if she's approved for more, but she's definitely looking to ramp up to continue to increase.
In order to get to the rent that we need, she needs.
She's gonna have to. Yep. She made her first payment today too. So
Good.
you have to chase her.
How about the security deposit?
Pending.
And
We'll hold the toys hostage in the nap zone. Like we did with the yoga mats for the yoga program. that was here.
was that right?
We've gone out of business. And I don't think we still have them somewhere.
Anything else? Or non-public?
Yes.
Anybody have anything before we go into non-public? I don't think so.
Just to close the meeting. Unless you had other business.
quick trip. Good to see you guys.
Good.
Really going under.
Take care.
Yes, A. Special promotion compensation of public employees.
Make a motion to go in non-public under A.
Second. Colby. Aye. Walker. Karazinski.
Aye.
You didn't have anything else, did you? Did I miss something? Okay. All set. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Bill.
See you guys.
Have a good